Okay, so this is like a free kind of panel discussion today. In the room,
I think
exactly.
in online,
And online, on
we
what
have
online?
outstanding student from top university that in Enlightenment in Action Alliance. They waiting to discuss with us. So please, Kevin, EAA members, we look forward and receive your question and discussion.
Yes,
EAA members,
yes,
please.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cameron Sabat here. Yes. So yes, I'm a fellow with the Enlightenment and Action Alliance. We're a global community of university students endorsed by the Boston Global Forum, collaborating to advance ethical AI development and governance solutions. So this EAA program unites young leaders from premier institutions across 5 continents to transform enlightened ideas into tangible actions for harnessing AI as a force for public good. And I did have a question. So Minister Tang, the EAA represents youth leaders in AI from around the world. How can we collaborate with you and perhaps others to advance ethical AI governance and digital technology initiatives that reflect both your pioneering work in Taiwan and our global student perspective?
May I go ahead and answer?
Please.
Okay, great. Yeah, when I was in the cabinet, I was also the minister in charge of youth engagement as well as social innovation. And one of the most interesting efforts that we have found is simply to have a coalition around the edge use of AI. So think of what we in Taiwan called AIoT or AI-assisted Internet of Things, where people, for example, measure air quality, water quality, noise pollution levels, you name it, and then write to a global shared distributed ledger that holds such measurements, and so build kind of citizen science together. And if you look for a recent paper that I co-wrote with Larry Lessig and Deb Roy called Conversation Networks, we apply the same ideas, but not just to the quantitative measurement of citizen science, but rather also the qualitative measurements of young people's feelings, young people's networks around the incoming emerging technological threats, but also, for example, in California, about the wildfire issue and recovery, or in Bowling Green, Kentucky, about the future of Bowling Green, and so on and so forth. So I would encourage you to tap into your local civil society organization that implements this kind of conversation networks and work together to weave this together at scale so that we can show through deliberative efforts the decision makers, not just what the young people demand, but also what the young people have demonstrated as working models.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions from the panel? Speakers to speakers also is fine.
I have ideas.
Yes, please.
No. I idea with Professor Matthew. You are advisor for SoftBank. Yeah, I think SoftBank is play very important role in finance market, and we do very much in AI and finance, and that is we can make a framework for that, and I hope SoftBank can join in conference at Harvard April 22 to raise the voice from SoftBank about finance and how we can reform finance with AI. Yeah, so we look forward from your advice for SoftBank.
Yeah, so you're already talking with SoftBank.
And we have some not official to talk with leaders of SoftBank, but we look forward for that, and we know some people in the SoftBank.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Maybe there's someone from SoftBank group could join. That would be great. But I'm serving as the outside board director, so
yes.
My mission is to to oversight that everything is going on well, and especially the checking the conflict of interest. So yeah, but as you said, SoftBank is bringing very important role in the AI landscape in the world. And I think it's very, they're very brave because they try to make a vast amount of investment in the U.S. economy. And I think the many Japanese companies can do the similar things. They have a lot of money inside, and also that they have a large amount of revenue budget and capability. So I want to encourage many large Japanese companies to do the same thing.
Thank you so much. Maybe have a question, please.
Yes, I would like to ask former Minister Audrey-Tang. Japan and Taiwan is under the pressure of China, and especially in the cyberspace, they provide a lot of disinformation, fake news, and deepfake kind of stuff. And I think Taiwan has after the conclusion of the election, Taiwan has already get rid of that kind of disinformation. But Japan is not so much. I think maybe we can work together. Do you have any idea about this?
Yes, I would first say that we developed the countermeasures to polarization and online divisions, not by censorship. So Taiwan and Japan, of course, are the two most free, according to Freedom House, in terms of online rights in the digital realm. So we're not solving this by censoring, removing them. We did that by ensuring that there is the uncommon ground that can be readily discovered, despite the political differences that our people have. In factual matters, people collaborate together to find out what is actually going on. And it's not the individually checked facts that inoculates people. It is this journey of going through collective fact-checking that inoculates the people, because it is a societal resilience exercise. And indeed, your observation that Japan puts less emphasis on this kind of collaborative fact-checking is true, but I would say that is because you have a better journalism sector. You have very strong gatekeepers in terms of journalists. And so in Taiwan, anything that gets trendy gets printed as news very quickly, 24/7 also. But in Japan, the journalists do take the care to check the sources and make a clear distinction between journalistic content versus tabloid content or things that just go viral on social media. So in concrete terms, I think it is both ways. The Taiwanese model of collaborative fact-checking has spread to Thailand as COFAC.org. France also adopted as Vera, and many entrepreneurs using this language model to do collaborative sense-making and fact-checking. And so maybe that is one particular thing that Japan can learn. But Japan can also teach us in making sure that how your journalism upgrades with digital transformation, with like smart news and other curational capabilities. I'm sure our journalistic sector can also learn from Japan to stay relevant and indeed vibrant in the digital era.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Audrey. For the audiences, Jonas Kosa-san is a well-known economic commentator. So it's we have a great journalism in Japan, I guess.
I am a YouTuber.
Maybe with a question to Joris. Joris, you mentioned a very interesting presentation about physics AI. Perhaps can you comment the potential of Japan on implementing physics AI?
Yeah, absolutely. So, AI physics technology is still in the early stages. So there's a lot of kind of proven use cases, but it's still sort of at the beginning of the S-curve of adoption. So it's a very exciting time. It's getting adopted at sort of an exponential rate, but it's early enough that I think Japan has some unique opportunities. If you look at it globally, Japan is extremely competitive in many different industrial sectors. This includes precision engineering, automotive manufacturing, semiconductor fabrication, material science, many of the core kind of engineering and physics fields. These companies that are extremely competitive globally also have, enormous amounts of data, and so that provides the combination of some of the best engineers in the world doing this, the IP, the knowledge, the know-how, and the data together provides kind of all the foundational building blocks to be really successful with AI physics technology. I think in Japan, specifically, the challenge will be, and I really enjoyed the way you presented that in your presentation related to the commercialization of these technologies. I think right now you're sort of in the starting gates for Japan to be able to really be a global leader. AI physics is still, unlike maybe LLMs, where there's already now sort of a handful of leading companies that are very difficult to compete with, and many of the resources are flowing into these companies. AI physics, unlike the LLMs, is a new category where Japan probably still has the opportunity to maybe even be number one globally in this field. But to make that happen, we do need to kind of bring together both the technology and the AI potential, but the companies, the consortia across these manufacturing industries to together work to accelerate the adoption of these technologies and to share them and establish global leadership through that combination of the strategic advantages that Japan already has in these industries. I think that's an enormous opportunity. I know myself and Rescale are very excited to support that. We are a Silicon Valley tech company. We're headquartered in San Francisco, but we have a strong presence in Japan. And we'd love to support the Japanese economy and the opportunity to build true global leadership for AI physics in Japan.
Thank you so much, Joris. You mentioned, Professor Matsuo-san, he mentioned something about consortium. You have also a consortium about robotics. Can you briefly comment on, maybe about the potential of physics AI, not only physics AI, but also by cooperating Japanese corporations, what kind of potential can we actually unlock?
I agree with there is a huge potential for Japanese companies to integrate the AI, and Japan is strong in physics, chemical, or basic sciences, and with the combination of the AI, maybe the precision engineering, automobile industries, many sectors will have the benefit. And to realize that, maybe we have to have some kind of consortium or partnership, and maybe we have to encourage managers, the company leaders, to move fast with the latest AI technologies, and we have to encourage them to reform their organization so that the innovation could be, maximized. That's maybe the challenge for Japan at the moment. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Is there any questions? Or if not, maybe I'll ask Audrey. Audrey, you mentioned great things about the philosophy of AI. Perhaps when it comes to commercialization and maybe Taiwanese companies collaborating with each other, or even cross-border collaboration, how do you see the potential in Taiwan in terms of actually connecting AI with economic growth?
Yeah, indeed, that's a great question. So in Taiwan, as with other middle powers, we have placed our bets on AI on the edge and for sector-specific usage. And so our National Development Fund is now putting together a very large investment to 150 different vertical sectors. And indeed, in each sector, one would have more than one different use cases within that specific sector, so that instead of training this, trillions of parameters or more models that can do everything, this is more about distilling exactly the kind of models that is needed on one specific part, especially around tasks that are between two machine parts. Because as I mentioned, the human-to-human conversations, the human-to-human civic muscle is the thing that we want to preserve. It's the same as the society 5.0 vision. But if there's part of our job that involves just translating data from one machine to the other machine, humans don't gain civic muscles doing that kind of job anyway. And so agentic AI can probably automate that work without the society losing the civic resilience. And so by making sure that each vector sector can identify this kind of machine-to-machine parts within their work, they can then use AI in the edge to facilitate this kind of understanding, and with smaller model, not only more energy efficient, but exactly as you said, makes it much easier to swap those models, mix them together, to test them together. Indeed, like Sakana AI is based on this very model of Hugging Face collaboration. And so this horizontal diffusion of specific narrow models, like taking the engines of a Porsche and try to install it in various bicycles, I think that is the kind of vision that we have forward. But of course, the huge data centers that are being built around the globe, we don't oppose it because they're using Taiwanese chips anyway.
Thank you. That's super interesting. Mr. Kanehara, maybe when companies need to collaborate, I think there's a question rising about national security and actually sharing data privacy. In a broader context of national security, do you see any threats, challenges around like cross-border collaboration of really bringing the maximum potential of AI?
Well, companies can cooperate if they has the efficiency of the communications. That's good. The government's job is to guarantee the security of this system, and I have to say for that purpose, the government must pay a huge amount of money. Banks are paying huge amount of money, but not many companies doing that in Japan. Our system is very, very weak. Government is very, very weak. We are ashamed of that. It's national shame. Now we have to start to make a robust cybersecurity system. The new law is coming in under Ishiba-san. It must be ready before summer. It's not very strong law, but we have to catch up with the Americans, Taiwanese, and the Europeans, and Chinese and Russians.
Thank you so much. You mentioned something about the government. Maybe Nakayama-san, maybe you could comment. What do you think about the strength of the government in terms of the AI field? Mr. Kanehara mentioned, we are very, very weak, but we actually want to make it very, very strong. Love to hear your comments on that.
Yes, Kanehara-san is right. Unfortunately, Kanehara-san's talk too much secret of the country. I'm currently now one of the executive board of FFRI, which is a cybersecurity company, 100% made in Japan. So security software producer. And we have a labo in Yokosuka with Ministry of Defense. So we are currently doing a lot of things. But on the other hand, I am also a first visitor to US Cyber Command. I'm really man on the moon when I went to Fort Meade base in the United States. That record is still inside of the homepage of the US Cyber Command. So I belong to a team of investment fund especially for the deep tech, belong to Israel, collaborate with the Israeli government. So we collaborate with 8200, which we call Aman, and also Mossad, Shabak, all the intelligence team. So I know the difference between the very strong guys and also weak country of our loving nation. So that's why I mentioned at the beginning on my speech. Right now, we cannot immediately install something 100 made in Japan into our government AI or cybersecurity system. On the other hand, we can buy or really become a stakeholder of the very great cybersecurity from Israel, especially, or the US technology collaboration. So why not? We are a rich country still. So why not we investment or buy like a GAFA We had the Kokutetsu, which now converted to JR. We have NTT, used to be a national company of the telecommunications. Why not we build up the national cybersecurity company, 100% government owned, and later why don't we, open stock to investors, to shareholders? We need that kind of how do you say, the aggressive investment as a country. We have a very good cartoon fund, but and also I'm sorry to Meti animation fund or something like that, Cool Japan fund. We have a lot of fund, but fund spirit is different. My fund is fund do. But the government fund is always FUND, end. We have to action.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need not just think, but action. So, and this conference today is how you make action yourself and think about how to do. We need a think tank like us, but we need a do tank too. So I'm shame I'm losing my seat from the parliament now. But the current, thank you, current our prime minister's name, when I translate to English, his name is Stormbreaker. Ishiba. Ishi means storm, ba means break. But I don't think that he's got enough power to break storm now. So maybe we need to think and change and do action, especially regarding from the cyberspace. And I think we have a capability to watch carefully inside of China and North Korea. But on the other hand, they already inside of us, in body of the country, I guess. So we need a quickly, and also the anti-terror action. We are very good at the cuisine sushi, raw fish, raw beef. We can cuisine very good, quick cook. Otherwise, your stomach will, stomach ache. So that means that terror is kind of like a sushi fish. We have to quick action, collecting information, sharing information, and then produce the good main dish.
Definitely.
So I'm sorry, my English skill is not so good.
No.
So I learned from Eddie Murphy movie, not from Harvard Business School. But you can feel my words and political vibration from my brain. So please cooperate my idea, and let's do action for the AIWS age. Yeah. So thank you.
That's a great segue. I think you mentioned about really the importance of company creation, right? And also we need a really strong leader to really kind of set the vision and also really identify the opportunities. Once you set that, as you mentioned, really get sushi making, Japanese people will really work hard towards that direction. I feel that the direction is not present today. Maybe we have two directors from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and METI. Would you like to say a word in terms of the national policy from the AI and maybe the innovation standpoint?
So, yeah, my name is Mitsuhiro Nishida. I'm from METI, and I'm in charge of industrial policy, especially focused on green transformation, GX. And I feel a strong potential of Japanese industries, but at the same time, I'm facing a big challenge. It's a kind of illness of a big company. Japanese big company have strong potential, but they are almost all of the Japanese big companies are slow and unresponsive. So I try to promote accept of AI into the big manufacturing companies, but all of them hesitate to accept a new technology like AI. So one company said it's after 2040 when my company accepts the AI in my manufacturing process. After 2040, I'm surprised. So that's a typical case. So I have a $130 billion for GX funding. So I try to use this money to change the Japanese company's behavior, but it's very, very difficult. if if anybody have a good advice for me, please give me. So I think, yeah, as Nagama-san says, make action is very important. So, but uh, I think there is no time to waiting, but still, yeah, but there's a big challenge. So somebody please give me an advice for changing the Japanese big companies.
Definitely. I think there's
Thank
a lot
you.
of,
So yeah, now
advice from
we try to make a collaboration with Chiba-san or Joyce. Yeah. So
thank you so much. Mr. Ando, would you like to say a word, maybe from the diplomatic side or international relations?
I'm very unsure if diplomat is a good people to talking about the advanced technology, including AI. Of course, Professor Kanehara is a former diplomat, but he is exceptional. He is a real intellectual giant. But from my very limited experience, I would like to add a small aspect, another aspect of the resilience of society or the international community. I'm currently in charge of the SDGs, UN Sustainable Development Goals, and one of the most elementary philosophy of SDGs is no one left behind. But unfortunately today, I'm concerned more and more widespread feeling or fears about left behind.
Yes.
Not only international community, but also in some developed countries. And such kind of feeling left behind probably cause some tectonic changes in American politics or the current fundamental attack towards the international system, international order based on rule of law. So it is highly important to address the feeling of left behind. And AI has a strong potential. Of course, it has another aspect of risk, but it has strong potential to address such challenges. And many people talking about the same philosophy, like someone said, everyone likes better future. Someone said trust to the government. So I'm really encouraged by the discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But finally, the title is 24/7 government. This is old working ethics. So I was afraid maybe out the real person of the government, but today's discussion encouraged us. We have many things to do together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe a final word from Eguchi-san. Would you like to? Yes. So Eguchi-san is a board of Santry. He used to work at Mitsubishi Corporation. He's a really renowned person in terms of U.S.-Japan relationship and national security. So please.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm not sure whether anybody would be able to answer this question, but from a non-expert on AI, I'm hearing news that, for instance, if you ask DeepSeek from China how to create nuclear warhead, they would answer it. And on the Western developed AI, this, of course, would not happen. So my hunch as a non-expert is we have to have at least some sort of regulation that goes cross borders, including China, India, and everybody else. But I'm not sure whether that could happen in this given situation. And another concern that I have is what is the impact of the split between not US and China, but US and Europe would impact on having this regulation. I'm not sure if anybody would is able to answer that, but if anybody could give me some sort of the thinking, that will be very helpful.
Yeah.
I have an idea for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Boston Global Forum, we know about that very dangerous situation. And we have ideas that is a knowledge platform for AI because we need that very, very good and reliable knowledge platform to develop everything for AI that cannot violate, cannot change the history, something like that. And for example, in China, you can see if you accept, you can DeepSeek, you can see about China shares that is South China Sea and East China Sea. they will answer with their terrible that incorrect in history. So why not Japan and US and some democratic government should invest for this platform, because very important in the future that the education in the school, in university will very reduced by the ChatGPT. They ask question, they ask knowledge. So from education, from that is education system. So I think now we need education system that is the knowledge platform for that. So I think that in AI WS government 24/7, we also mentioned about that, and we hope Japan is a. Yet I always respect Japan with ethics and kindness, people and culture, and now Japan very important role to contribute to make knowledge platform the world. Yeah, that's my idea for question and your issue. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So with that, I think we're about time. So I think next we will have the handover, or actually declaration of the new MOU announcement of the government 24/7. So Quinn Nam, the Director of the Community Development of Boston Global Forum, would you like to pass you the word?
So on behalf of the Boston Global Forum, today I'll present to you the Tokyo Accord for Government 24/7 AI and Finance Platforms, adopted at the 4th Shinzo Abe Conference, Tokyo, March 2025. We, the participants of the 4th Shinzo Abe Conference, gathered in Tokyo on March 28, 2025, to honor the legacy of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a visionary leader who strengthened Japan and advanced global peace and security, recognize the urgent need to transform governance and financial systems in an era of rapid technological change, inspired by his commitment to innovation, stability, and service to humanity. We hereby establish the Tokyo Accord for Government 24/7 AI and Finance Platforms. This accord is a bold step toward realizing AI World Society vision, with the AIWS Government 24/7 as its cornerstones, ensuring that governments and financial systems serve citizens continuously, ethically, and effectively. Here are the principles of this Tokyo Accord. First, continuous governance. We commit to developing AIWS Government 24/7, a framework that harnesses AI, digital tools, and quantum computing to provide governance that is accessible, transparent, and responsive 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This ensures that governments meet the needs of citizens in real time, fostering trust and resilience. Secondly, finance as a force for good. We pledge to construct AI-driven finance platforms that innovate and reform financial systems, integrating them with Government 24/7. These platforms will leverage AI, digital technologies, and quantum computing to enhance efficiency, ensure economic resilience, and promote ethical advancement for the benefit of all. Thirdly, humanity at the core. The deployment of AI and finance platforms must prioritize human well-being, equity, and inclusion, reflecting the humane leadership exemplified by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. These systems will empower citizens, reduce disparities, and strengthen societal bonds. Fourth, global leadership through collaboration. Building on Japan's legacy of contributing to the world peace and security, we aim to position Japan as a leader in ethical AI and economic progress. This accord fosters collaboration between nations, particularly strengthening ties between Japan and the United States to share knowledge, resources, and innovations. Finally, innovation and stability. We honor Shinzo Abe's vision by balancing cutting-edge technology with stability. The integration of AI and finance platforms into governance will drive progress while safeguarding the security and prosperity of our societies. And we do have more commitments to the Tokyo Accord, the implementation of AIWS Government 24/7. We will work to adopt and refine AIWS Government 24/7 to ensure that it becomes a model for continuous citizen-centered governance worldwide. This includes pilot programs, policy frameworks, and technological infrastructure to support its realization. Secondly, the development of finance platforms. We commit to establish AI and quantum-powered finance platforms that integrate with the government 24/7, reforming financial systems to be more efficient, resilient, and equitable. These platforms will be designed to support economic growth and ethical investment. Dialogue and action. We commit to ongoing discussions beginning today at the 4th Shinzo Abe Conference under the theme Government 24/7 to refine and advance this vision. We will engage government leaders, business innovators, scholars, and students to build a global coalition. And finally, tribute to Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. We dedicate this accord to the late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, whose leadership inspires us to create stronger, more effective, and more humane systems. Japan will lead by example, amplifying its role in shaping a peaceful and prosperous world. We invite all nations, organizations, individuals to join us in this historic endeavor. To let us act with purpose and unity to make this vision a reality. So signed in Tokyo, Japan on this day, 28th of March, 2025. Thank you.
Okay, so with that, so I think there's the conclusion from the chair, please.
Yes, I prepare one very official concluding remark by three person already by text, but I will read more, and we will be official publication for our document. So first, we are very honored to thank our distinguished speakers, participants, and our dear friends in Japan, and our people in online. And special, I hear all the time from UK now. She is in UK, and that is a very, very late night. So and early morning. So thank you very much, Audrey, for great contribution, great mind on top, and all our speaker, also online speakers, very, I think, remarkable. And today we have historical moment with Tokyo Accord, and that is make Japan lead with finance, ethics, and AI ethics, and that is the honor Prime Minister Shinzo Abe legacy. And also we have Abe, we have Abe Financial AI Protocol, yeah, and with that is a very important protocol in finance. We will work together as Nakayama talked about, not only talk and think. Today, that is we doing. Now we need to think action, and from this conference, that is, we start for action to make our ideas, our discussion great initiative already from today realize and happen, and we bring all our spirit and our outcome, our knowledge, our brand today to Harvard on April 22 special conference. We hope all of us will join Harvard, BCF Harvard conference, maybe in person or online. And for my last thank for my dear friend Nobimita. She is a great work for conference today, and not only for conference today, she is a great contribution work for Boston Global Forum from 2013 so far, and now with a role as a special assistant to chairman. And from my heart, thank Nobimita for your great work. And also, I would like to say thank very much Nakayama, representative of Boston Global Forum in Japan and Taiwan, and he helped me make our goal, our work from Governor Makodukakis asked me to do in his remark that he have to meet, discuss with leaders in Japan and distinguished leader, distinguished scholar, outstanding student, and make better and deeper relation between Japan and the US, and special in this time, very important time. The war is a very important moment for politics, for society, and for peace and security, for everything. So this trip, my trip, successful by Nakayama. Thank you so much, my dear friend. And we look forward, great work ahead from this conference, Shinzo Abe initiative, and we will, that Nakayama will work with you for many things, but he said already that we will organize a conference and initiative and make that is not only conference talk and discuss, that is a conference for action. And I hope and it's cherry blossom, very special cherry blossom for Japan fly with a new role and with deserve with Japan in the world, role and position of Japan in the world. They have and now continue play more important role in the world now. Need kindness, need ethics, need tolerance, need humble, need great culture. And I will continue to support and work for Japan, Boston, and Tokyo, and Shinzo Abe initiative happen and better for Japan. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Next conference.
Thank you very much, Chairman. So I think that's the conclusion of the AI Action Summit, the fourth Shinzo Abe conference. Thank you very much for all of you.